ever have someone's comment replay in your mind over and over and over, even after you've said, you're going to let it go, it doesn't matter, it's not what's good for you, all of that? That's what we're going to talk about today, and how to get it out of your head from replaying over and over and over again. You already know that not every single comment is about you. Not every single comment is yours to take on. Most comments that are said to us are actually on the other person. It's their way of releasing their own frustrations, releasing their own struggles, just dealing with their own stuff that they take out on other people. We know that. You guys understand that. But it doesn't stop the comments from replaying and going round and round and sticking with us. And that's because our brains want closure. Our brain, our mind wants to fix the problem, fix the feeling, take care of it. It wants closure to the way we feel or what the comment was. In a relationship, I realized when we would have a disagreement or there's a comment made, I would replay it and I would know this isn't mine. This is them taking out their frustrations on me. Some of it was, okay, they had a problem with something I did or something I said or something about me, and so they made a comment. And my default was a lot of times to immediately, okay, I have to change it. I have to change myself for them to make them happy. That was always my default. Or my other default was I realized that it was more about the tension that the comment created. And so then I wanted to get rid of that tension. I wanted to take it away and make everything better and fix it. And so my way of doing that a lot of time was just, we have to keep talking about it and we have to figure it out and we have to get to the bottom of it and we have to resolve it and fix it and on and on and on. Well, a lot of times that's not how it works. Like if you're upset about something, you're upset about something. And some of us are more about people pleasing and we just want to make the other person happy or not cause chaos, not cause drama. So nope, we'll just tuck it away that we're upset or that we're bothered. And I realized that sometimes I just had to sit with that tension. I had to sit with that discomfort and let it ease on its own. It wasn't going to get fixed. I was still upset or I was still bothered. It was still on my mind. And so that's the same thing with this. When we hear a comment, and a lot of times we get that initial instinct to, we did something wrong, something's wrong with us, we need a change. And it'll sit there and play in our mind, even when we maybe have already decided that it's not what's best for us. If we change for or to that comment, it's not what's good for us. It's not going to move us in towards our goals. It's not going to get us closer to our goals. In fact, it may pull us away. And so how do we get out of that loop? How do we get that comment from replaying in our minds over and over and over? Well, one, knowing that letting it go, letting the comment go and figuring out the ways to stop the replay, it's not a weakness. It's actually a strength, because if you know that it's not good for you to change to or for that comment or for the other person isn't going to push you closer to your goals, or that it just, you realize that it's not yours to take on. It's more about them releasing their own issues or frustration. Then really when we do let it go, that's a strength, because it's not putting energy into something that's not serving us. And I think that's so important and so I'll just get into it. What I figured out works best and steps that I take are, first, I recognize what's going on. So a comment comes in, I still default to something's wrong with me. I need to change it. And so now I can catch myself and say, okay, I need to sit with this comment and think about it. Is it something, like we talked in the last episode, is it something that's actually going to push me closer to my goals or who I want to be? If it's not, then it's really just understanding that, really, really grasping that this isn't good for me. This comment isn't what's best for me. And okay, or yeah, this isn't even about me. This is really them unloading on me. And when we can really grasp that, then we can also say, okay, I understand that, and putting energy into something that's not beneficial to me is sort of a waste of time. Doesn't always help. So then the next step is what really works is understanding that this thing isn't good for me, isn't going to push me closer to my goals. Well, what is? And it can be something in the opposition to that comment, or it can just be anything, and say, okay, what does push me to my goals? What is good for me? What is best for me? And just like go all in on that and just daydream about it and think about it and focus on it, and let that loop start in your head. And recognizing you can spend a little bit of time on why this thing isn't good for you, but don't go too, you have to be careful with it, because you can start going too far with it, and then you just get its own loop of why it's bad for you. But I want to switch that mindset, switch the loop completely to what is good for you, what does push you towards your goals, what is beneficial for you, and just, yeah, like I say, go all in, focus on it. And then lastly, spend a little like movement. Go for a walk. Do something, but change your movement. Do jumping jacks. Go for a walk. Go for a run. Uh, do a couple push-ups. Just dance if you like to dance. Like anything, any movement. One, it's fun, and it changes up your energy level and your mindset. And then two, it releases that built up energy. When we have something that's looping in our head and replaying, and we're kind of stressed about it, it's bothering us, it's on our mind, it's heavy, it's weighing on us, that movement, some sort of activity, will let your body just release that pent up energy. It just sort of gets rid of it. And by thinking of things that do push you towards your goals, that will actually build distance to the loop and the replay of the comment, of the what's not serving you, what's not beneficial. So don't put energy on that. Put energy on what actually does serve you, what will push you towards your goals, and then do some activity to release that energy that's no good, that you don't want to put on. Remember, it's your decision. When you decide that, hey, this isn't good for me, this isn't beneficial to me, that's your decision. And you can stand strong with that and be confident in it and accept that. Like, no, I'm okay with who I am. That comment isn't even about me, or that comment's more on them, or I don't really want to do anything with that comment. That's strength. That's confidence. That's empowering and inspirational, and like stand with that, and then go with that thought of what is good for me. And that keeps that spiral going of the good things and the confidence and the inspiration and the motivation of moving closer to your goals. And it's all about choosing peace over chaos, or over the replay, or over things that don't waste your energy on thinking about that stuff. And it really is a matter of intentionally, on purpose, switching your mindset, switching your thoughts. So on purpose thinking of something else, thinking of what's good for you, thinking of what's going to push you towards your goals. Because we can't change what people say or what they do. We can't control that, but we can control what we do with what people say and do. And so pay attention to where your energy is spent and how much energy you're putting into things that aren't good for you. And switch your mind, switch your thoughts, and really pay attention and focus on what's good for you. Try it. Let me know in the comments.